go. Much better. Luis Palomino in the house. The double champ. The first
Yes,
ever
sir.
bare knuckle 2 division champion. My God, Luis. Damn, bro. Yo, I gotta
My
tell
brother,
you,
was good. Was good.
chilling, bro. You already know, man. We got to get up and talk about it, man,
Yes,
because
sir.
that was. I mean, just another stellar performance. It was a great fight. It was going both ways, man. And I've seen a lot of chitter chatter going on social media. Like yo, Palomino had that locked up. Yo, Brito had that locked up. The people are talking, man. It's always a good time. So,
Always.
but yo, I mean, you've made history, man. This is like something that is going to be in the bare knuckle record books, in combat sports record books forever. This is Bkfc is like the UFC of bare knuckle. So
Yep.
to become the first ever 2 division champ, I mean, you're like Mark Colbin now. Of bare knuckle. People are gonna look back 20 years, 25 years from now when bare knuckle is like number one, and they're gonna be like, "Yo, Luis Palomino, a pioneer, man." So how did that feel? Winning that 2 division title, getting that
Man,
belt.
it's crazy because I've been in so many interviews, and that question is the first and the biggest question that comes up, and I answer the same way. It's just you can't explain it, man. How you feel? There's no explanation. There's no words that can explain the feeling. It's for sure. It's the biggest accomplishment of my life, at least in the combat sports world, part of my life, which is what 17 years to today. 17 years fighting professional. It's the best. Like, there's no way to describe it. It's just the best feeling ever, man. We did it. We made history. We said what we were gonna do. We said what we were gonna do, and we did it. We went out there. We put in the game plan. We made a good fight happen. Brito brought a dog fight into the game. Like we expected that from Brito. You know what I mean? Like what is he gonna do? Come and try to box me? You know what I mean? Last fight that didn't go very well for him. He landed like one jab in the entire 5 rounds. So he was not gonna come and outbox me. I know that things rub off from people you train with. So from his partner, the aggression did rub off, and he was very aggressive in the fight, which was not surprising. I said if he really wants to keep that belt, then he needs to be aggressive about it. He needs to get into a fight. He needs to make it a dog fight. And he definitely brought a dog fight to it, and it was a show for the fans, man.
Yo, it was a show, man. I mean, I was there front and center watching that. Obviously, I greeted you after the fight while you were walking back to the locker room.
Yes, sir. So I
And,
remember that.
dude, you had the crown on your head, man. I mean, was that like was that forgive my ignorance, but was that like a Peruvian thing, or was that something
Yes.
cultural?
Yeah, so you always see me walk out with a samurai style. I've always loved the samurai way, and I'm very martial arts. I started from martial arts, and I'm really big in the respect, the honor, humility, and I've always loved the Japanese samurai way, And then my wife today, we've been together for going on 5 years now. She's full breed Japanese. She hates when I say that. I'm not a dog. You're full breed. She's full breed Japanese. So she helped me out with the whole character, bringing out the character, and all that. But as we get closer to what I want to do, which is bring the fight to Peru, bring bare knuckle to South America, be the first country, from South America to bring BKFC over. There's a huge thing, My Peruvian people are very proud people. Not only in football, what most of us know as soccer, over there is football, right? But also in combat sports, they're very good fans, So I said, you know what? I gotta start now showing more about my roots, And I'm from Inca. My ancestors are Incas. So people say Indians were Incas. The Mexicans were Aztecs. For Peru's were Incas. And that's some of the Inca emperors dressing. And my wife did it herself. And she was like, I was trying to order it, and she was like, 1,500. Like they were trying to show me 1,500. What? She's like, no, I'll make it myself. So everything that you saw that I wore on my walkout, on top of my DJM clothing, of course, the whole Inca suit, she sewed it herself. The crown, she made it from scratch. She did all that herself. So yeah, it was all dedicated to my Peruvian roots. It was it's like an Inca emperor, style of walking out, So yeah, Peruvian stuff.
Yo, that was cool. That was badass. I figured it was something cultural, but I wanted to, of course, ask you about that. But I thought it was badass. The crown went on, the belts are on. I'm like, damn, man, my guy right here. Okay, man, and that's cool, man. Your wife's very talented, man. Let her know, man. That was cool.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Yes.
So you got like, all right. So the Peruvian thing, I think, is really cool. Because like it's almost like you could be like Manny Pacquiao with bare knuckle, man. Pacquiao did a lot of work in his country, continues to do so. I think that's really cool that you would do something like that and try to get bare. Hey, look, they did bare knuckle in Thailand. Why can't they do it in Peru? Shit.
Yes.
So
No, I actually have a team of people that's working for me over there in Peru. So we're getting all the answers, to the question that Dave has as far as bringing bare knuckle to Peru. So it's a thing that's actually happening. You know what I mean? Like, we're doing this. We're really taking bare knuckle to Peru. I mean, that's at least Dave's word, and he has a very big interest in it. Because we do have a big following over there for fights. And depending on the opponent they grant me, we can fill up a stadium over there. You have a whole country to pick up. But for now, we'll see. Whoever they got in mind for me to defend the title against, definitely defending the 155. I'm not gonna put it on hold. I just earned the 65, so I'll defend 55, and then I'll come back to defend the 65. So whoever they got in mind for me, we're aiming at October. So let's see what happens. Let's see who it is.
Well, you're like a magician, bro. Maybe you're like Nostradamus or some shit because me and you were talking a while back, and you were like, Joe, I'm not getting any younger. I'm getting older. I want to be active. I want to fight more, this and that. So what does my guy do? He goes out, wins another belt, and now I think you're going to be very active because you got to defend two belts now, bro. So I think you manifested and created your own situation that you wanted.
I say so, man. Speak it into the universe, man. Speak it out there. You know?
Hell yeah, man. And now, like, so a while back you said Chad Mendes. You defended your title successfully against Brown, and then you were like, nope, Brito, let's get that double title. And now back to Mendes. You called Mendes out again, man. So is that the fight that you want? Do you feel like, hey, you're in position now, pound for pound number one, 7-0, two division champ? Do you feel like you have that say now, like, hey, this is the fight that I want? Can you get that fight? Do you think that's you and Mendes is going to be at 155 for the belt next?
Well, look, to answer the question, this is the third time that I called Mendes. You know what I mean? The first call was in private. I called Dave. The moment they signed them, I called Dave. Hey, Dave, what's up? When we fight? And they were like, oh, hold on, take it easy. Let him get his feet wet first, then we talk. So we let him get his feet wet. He fights Fames, and they put him as number one as a contender and the rankings. And I said, okay, so I was my call on number two. If you're number one, the one that we fighting, blah, blah. I didn't get no reply from him as far as taking the fight, whatnot. There wasn't much talks about it. And I said, you know what? Let me get this belt at 165. So now here we are. This is the third and final time that I'm going to ask for that fight because we can't force anybody to fight either. Whatever reason there is behind him not taking the fight so far, I don't know. I have no, I think he's a stand-up dude. He's a really cool dude. I like him. I've always been a fan of him. I think I always look at him like a big check too because I think it's a good money fight for me. I think it's a very good fight for the organization. I'm a company man at the end of the day. Like I'm asking for that fight. I'm deserving of a money fight, but I also want to go to Peru and I also don't want to wait for anybody. So whatever Dave has in mind, I'm in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that 155 though sounds very intriguing with you and Mendes. I think it's a money fight. I think a lot of people want to see it. I think it would be a great fight. I'm all for it, man. I would like to talk to Mendes too and see what he thinks about it.
Yeah. Bring him out to a conversation. See what he says. You know what I mean? How far are we from making this fight possible? From here to October, there's more than enough time. You know what I mean? That's the day that we're looking at for Peru.
Okay.
And I would like for it to be in Peru. I'm not one calling the shots. If he wants to fight earlier, I don't mind fighting earlier. It's all up to Dave, But I do want to go to Peru, so I don't know. Let's see.
Yo, and then you got the 165 division because you got guys like, Joel Moore in there, Connor Tierney in there, which them two are fighting in London, which I could possibly see as that could be a title eliminator match, right there for 165. So you got these guys too that are going to be, waiting for you, man.
Oh
Uh,
yes.
yeah, you think like this is going to be like you? Would you do 4 fights a year? I mean, you're a beast warrior, man. I think that's something you
I
would
can I
want to
can
do.
easily do 4 fights a year easily. Like I said, I'm a company man, so it depends on what they got in mind. Who they got in mind. At this point, at this stage in life, I think that I'm more than deserving to be able to sit here at 7-0, double weight champion, pound for pound, the number one pound for pound. I think I'm very deserving to ask for those money fights. I want those money fights. I need to make some good money, some good checks, before I leave the fighting scene. You know what I mean? Because I am 41. I mean, how much time do I have left? You know what I mean? I'm not complaining about anything. I feel good. My reaction is good. My speed is good. My strength is good. My team is great. My body's for bare knuckles holding up very well. But there's a lot I want to get into. There's a lot of business I want to get into. I'm working with wifey here. You know what I mean? We want those little ones to run around too.
Yeah,
We want the next stage of life too. But I don't have no time range yet. I don't have no decision on when I want to stop. But I do want to get very active and make as much money as possible on my way out.
you got to, man. You're in there, tooth and nail fighting, bro. You got to make that money, and you also got the management thing going. You got Tyler in there.
Yeah.
When do we expect Tyler to get back in the squared circle?
Oh, Tyler's already signed, man. Tyler's signed to go for August 20th. He'll be in the undercard of Mike Perry and what's his name?
Oh, MVP.
Michael Venom Page. Yes,
Yep.
MVP. So he'll be there. I'll be there with him. I'm gonna take the flight to the UK with him. I'll be in his corner. He's been preparing here. We just came from training right now. So my camp is over, but his camp isn't. So it's like it's not over. He did a whole entire camp already. He literally did my camp. The only thing he didn't do was cut weight and fight. Other than that, he did a whole camp. So that fight week, he kind of took it a little lighter. And this week we started heavy again. We just came from a powerlifting session. We're adding all these little things to him and gadgets that he didn't know about, that he didn't have. He didn't have the type of team that he has behind him now, the type of mentoring, the type of management that he has today. He didn't have it. I'm helping him out with those things that set me apart from the rest of the competition as far as prepping for the fight, conditioning your knuckles. People are not doing it. And if they do it while they got a fight going on. And then they forget about it when they don't have a fight. And you got to do this in and out. Conditioning your hands is very serious. The proper way of weight cutting, he doesn't know. I'm going to help him with that. I'm very good with weight cutting. Powerlifting, explosive type of training with a heart monitor and knowing how high you take your heart rate, how fast you can bring it down, where you're hanging out. Like those little things of science that he didn't have, like an in-body machine, a machine that you weigh yourself and you see what your body fat percentage is, your water, your water fat, your water fat percentage, like all that, like all those numbers, they're there for a reason, man. So when you work with that side, like, and you doing your little thing, you're gonna get the best out of you, So we're bringing out Tyler Tornado 2.0 coming out very soon to you in a theater near you.
Ooh, man, I'm excited, bro. Yeah, because that was a cool thing that you guys got together and started training. We talked about this before, but I like to see the transition. I like to see the progress, and I follow, I watch, and I see Tyler's in there. He's moving swift. I see a lot of changes, little things like you said. And I'm really interested to see his next fight, man. I'm real curious, man. I'm gonna get up with him too.
If you see him sparring, man, yesterday he sparred with one of my sparring partners for this fight. One of my major sparring partners, Drew. Drew is 8-0 with 8 knockouts, bro. Professional boxer. 8-0, 8 knockouts. Perfect record. You know what I mean? And Tyler looking good with him. This young dude, Tyler's young too, but this guy's like, 25? And they're looking good, man. They're looking real good. Wait till you see what's coming. You will see.
The Tornado's coming to London. I can't wait, man. That's going to be a badass card, man. I wish I could get out there for that one, bro. But I tell you, that's going to be real cool to see because they got, a lot of their brick guys, a lot of those guys from London are on that card, guys from America. So I like that little USA, UK thing they got going.
Hell yeah. That's going to be a good card, man. It's the next card.
Yeah, man, and BKFC, man, they got a lot of big things coming up, a lot of shows, a lot of now, like really things have been getting real established with that organization. We're
Yes.
seeing other organizations too, picking it up and signing multi-fight deals for fighters, and this bare knuckle game, man, it's really picking up. 7-0, bro. I look at that, I'm like, wow, what a record. Undefeated. It's the best percentage record in bare knuckle, for sure. I think. Jomi Escobo's has got a similar record. He's undefeated too, but the caliber of guys that you fought, I mean, I saw the record.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you got to think about it like this: Brito is the only opponent that didn't have a perfect record. So when you combine the records of the people, like one thing is like, okay, you got Juggernaut, for example. I'm gonna mention his name because he loves to talk out of his ass. This dude must have like a poster of himself that he stares at when he's taking care of his missus at home or something, because it's too much. It's like just too hungry for attention. It loves to be in my page, loves the attention, and it's like Anyways, but
He
you
did.
compare
Did you
the
see what
records,
he
right?
did today?
Don't even tell me what now.
Actually, I was laughing. It was quite funny, but he was at the grocery store and he had the shopping cart. Did you see
And
that?
belts. You have his belts on?
No, dude.
Oh.
Actually, it was quite impressive. I can't even wheel those fuckers straight. This guy put his hands on the handles and he's doing a handstand on the shopping cart, bro. I was like, how did that thing didn't tip over? I have no fucking idea.
He's a very athletic dude. But to make the point is, if look at the opponents that he's had. So he loves to say, I think his biggest thing with me in a personal level is the fact that I'm the pound for pound number one. That I'm it. That I became the first two-weight division champ, because he says that Brito won every single round. I don't know what the hell he's talking about, and all this ridiculous dancing between rounds. But anyways, look at the record of the people that he's faced. That speaks for itself. I'm not gonna say nothing else. Look at the record of the people that he's beat. Look at the records of the people that I beat. That's all I'm gonna say. The only one that didn't have a perfect record was his training partner, Evan Brito. Other than that, everybody was perfect record, and I defeated them. So having those stats there, yeah, I'm the number one pound for pound.
Yeah.
The bare knuckle godfather. That's me.
The Godfather. I heard that. I heard you say that. The Godfather, bro. I think you got to come out to some Don Corleone music in your next
For
fight.
real. Yeah, it's gonna have to be next.
May as well, bro. Listen, yeah, it's a cool conversation to have, the pound for pound, because you get people that are like, oh well, Lorenzo this, Luis Palomino that. I think you two definitely are the 1-2, for sure. Clear cut.
Yes.
He's looking to go for a 2 division too. He said he wants to go up 205. I don't know what's the story with that cruiserweight belt, but he's talking about fighting for that. I would like to see you go for a fucking 3-peat though, bro. What do you think?
That's not far away, man. You never know.
That's what I'm thinking.
It comes down. Look, for me to move up one more time. Look, even now, right? Even in this fight, my body size difference wasn't much of a difference. Even though I did a lot of powerlifting, my body just couldn't sustain the weight. You know what I mean? And that's a nice shot. And look at that high guard.
That's shout out to Phil Lambert right there, man. He got them nice picks.
Yes, he got the shots, man. He got the best shots.
Yep.
But for me to consider a third weight division title shot, I would have to not only defend 165, but stop coming down to 55 for at least 2 to 3 fights. You know what I mean? Only like that I can sustain the weight, like where I don't have to deplete myself to 55 anymore. And that's my plan. Like, in all honesty, I'm coming down to defend 155. And for me, that's my last fight. I would be done with 55. To be very honest. Because look, you got to think about it like this. I'm 41. You know what I mean? Even though I am feeling great, it's not the smartest thing to keep dropping. I should just maintain. I enjoyed breakfast every day of training. I hadn't done that in 17 years. Nice. You know what I mean? Like to be able to eat and not deplete myself at this age, it helps me. So do I want to keep dropping to 55? No. Can I do it? Yes. I'm very disciplined and I'm very good with nutrition. Yes, I can. And I'm not that big. I only cut like 10, 15 pounds. You know what I mean? So yes, I could. But do I have to? Is it going to help me? No. So what I would do is, what I have in mind, what I have planned is, I'll come back down to 55 to not make anybody wait out, right? To not make the weight class wait down, wait for me and complain, right? So I'll come down and defend it right away, in October, and I'll come back to 65, defend 65. For me, I wouldn't go back to 55 again. The only reason I'm going back to 55 if by that time that I fought 55, Tyler Ray did one fight. He's fighting James Lee in rank number 2, right? So by the time I go to defend 65 and I got to come back down to defend 55, at that time, Tyler would have done 2 fights for sure. If Tyler only lost to the champion and his comeback fight is going to be James Lee, ranked number 2, and he beats him, let's say with a knockout highlight, right? Then what's left for Tyler? Number 1.
Yep.
Let him fight number 1, and they can go straight for the title because I'll relinquish it.
Mm-hmm.
As long as Tyler Goodjob gets a title shot, I'll leave the belt alone. I'll leave the weight class alone. As long as he gets the title shot. You know what I mean? Until he doesn't get a title shot, I'll be defending that belt.
Okay.
I'm greedy like that.
Yep. Keep them all, bro. Keep them all. It's like Lord of the Rings. Instead of, collecting the rings, you're collecting the belts, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
exactly.
But I tell you, I like that. I like that move, go down 155, defend it. If you get that Mendes fight, phenomenal.
Oh,
and then, that's, I think, would be a nice title fight, and then, if you want to relinquish the belt, like you said, I think that's a good move. And then chill at 165, do your thing. And then, 175, bro.
It depends. It depends. It really depends on me doing at least 2, maybe 3 fights at 65 where my body's hanging up there and I'm not dropping down to 55 anymore, so I can get that mass. And it really depends on who's holding it too. You know what I mean? I'm not Superman. We're very conscious of the win and loss. We're very conscious of people's abilities. The bone density, the size difference. I'm not even a big 155er. In the MMA world, I'm not. I used to do 145. I could still do 145 today if I chose to, because I have the knowledge and the discipline. It wouldn't be a good look for me, but I could do it. You know what I mean? That's how small I am. So to consider 75, it really matters. It really depends on how long I've been holding 65 and who will be faced, But hey, you never know.
Hey, listen, man, if anybody could do it, it's you, bro. I tell you what, I saw Mike Richmond at the event, and he's a 175, but man, that guy was walking over 2 bills, bro. He was huge. I was like,
huge,
man, bro.
How is so big? Dude is big.
He's huge.
I have a friend of mine named Lazar. I'm not even gonna try to mention his last name because it's long and weird shit. It's like Greek or something. But Lazar sent me a video. It's my boy. Lazar sent me a video. Oh, wait till he debuts because I'm trying to get him into bare knuckle. The guy's a monster. He beat Mike Richmond on the feet at 135.
Richmond's at 135 pounds. I can't even imagine.
Like, what? And I'm looking at him. He's looking at the video, and I'm looking at him like, what the fuck happened here? A complete different person.
Dude, he looks like
how old he was there. I don't know how old he was, but puberty must have set in.
Well, fucking miss my ass. That's for damn sure. I just got the fucking beard. That's it.
Yeah, he looked huge. I saw him over there in the press conference, I think it was, where he almost got into it with Lorenzo.
Yeah.
But he looked big. If anything, he looked a little bigger than Lorenzo.
He was stacked, bro. I was standing next to him, man. I did a little interview with each of them because they're trying to sell a fight too, and they're like, "Yo, I want to say a couple words." I'm like, "All right, let's do it." And I cropped a little video together for them. Should be interesting if that fight goes down, but I really want to see Ricky and Richmond for that middleweight belt. That's the fight I want to see. Yeah,
I think even as big as Richmond is, I think 75 will suit them better. In my personal opinion, you know what I mean? I don't think that he would do bad. As a matter of fact, a fight with Lorenzo, I think he wins it. Sorry, not for nothing, but skill wise, I've seen Richmond fighting. I will give it more to Richmond than I will give it to Lorenzo, skill wise. Lorenzo's very athletic, very explosive, very powerful, got heart. Don't take nothing away from him. Skill wise, I see as a southpaw a little more difficult of a type of fighter, and a little more skilled in the clean, crisp punches that he has, like more thinking behind the way that he, bare knuckle box compared to Lorenzo. Like Lorenzo is like just going for a quick kill, while this guy is there just hurting you the entire time. So I don't know. I would go more in Richmond's side, but I think even finding out and knowing that he fought at 135 at some point, like I could never make 135, you know. I think 75 should be the heaviest that he should go. That's just my thoughts.
I hear you. It was pretty crazy. I mean, his fights were very dominant. Richmond, Rickles. I mean, Cochran. I mean, he's dismantled them quickly.
Yeah.
And respect to those guys because they're fucking warriors too. But holy shit,
Rickles looked good in that fight. Yeah.
Yeah, but this Richmond, he's something, man. It's definitely something. I like how things are going at bare knuckle. Everything that you've done. Guys like Richmond on the come up doing their thing too, man. It's just exciting, bro. But I want to see Luis Palomino versus Chad Mendes for the 155 title in October. Personally, that's the fight I want to see next.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm down. I mean, I've been asking for it. Look, I even did a couple of interviews right after the fight where we're talking about that, and I made an offer to Chad Mendes, so maybe he sees it from this one, from Joe Miggs, right? I said, look, because I know that he likes doing this type of things. I said, win or lose, whoever wins, whoever loses. We're already in Peru. Come and enjoy my country, come and enjoy my food, and let's go to the Machu Picchu. We could do the Inca Trail together, on me. So that'll be my treat, win or lose. So we fight, win, lose, we go to Machu Picchu. I mean, that's a life experience. You know what I mean? That's one of the 7 wonders of the world. You know what I mean? If you haven't heard about Machu Picchu, Google it.
Oh no, I have. Dude, let me tell you, that would be a nice, cool thing to do with him after the fight.
I'm real. I'm super down. I'm good. Like, look, man, building up to the fight is one thing. Once the fight is over, that's it. There's always gonna be a sore loser. Like we're hearing the comments, I don't know why they think that I'm gonna answer any of them. I'm sorry, buddy. You can keep arguing with all 200 of your followers, and I'm not gonna answer it, man. I know what I did. I know I won 4 rounds out of 5. Whatever's in your mind, however you want to perceive it, you're a fan. It's all good. I'm not gonna argue with you.
Nah, man, it's social media arguments are a giant waste of time, bro. I don't fucking argue with anybody on social media. I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Say it to my face or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm old school, man. But that's the fight I want to see, bro. And I hope we see it soon. Dude, I'm just amped for you, man. Again, congratulations. First 2 division champion in bare knuckle. It's really cool to see, man. And I'm excited to see how this all works out for you, man. Defending 155, defending 165, and who knows what the future holds, man. But it looks bright to me, brother.
Yes, sir. We're working hard for it, man. We work every day. We don't stop working over here. Just the other day, it was Monday. We're doing, my wife and I, we have a meal prep business. You know what I mean? And
bento, right?
Yeah, Violence Lab Bento. Before we had like a lot of people. Like we were working like between 45 to 55 clients. It was too much work. And I told her, it's just, let's do how I do, right? Which I work with high-end clientele. I still work, man. I train high-end clientele. I won't train more than 5 people. You know what I mean? If you can afford me, then hey, you can afford me. But my time is mine. I'm pretty expensive. So my wife and I, we changed the whole, all this amount of people and just kept the high-end clientele. So we like to do deliveries together. I don't know, you know what I mean? I don't have to hire anybody anymore. And we just, let's just go and do it ourselves. She will do it, but let's go do it together. So we go, and some people see me deliver, like, champ? I'm like, Babuna? I'm like, yeah. So what are you doing? I'm like, I'm working, man.
Hustling.
We're always working, man. I have, no shame in work, man. You know, this is a working family right here. This working house. You know, we put in the work. So while you guys are out there thinking that we're just here, just vacation and celebrating with the fans, I'm working. I'm working. The reason why I'm winning is because I'm constantly working, putting in the work. Even when I'm not training, I'm working. How? Recovery massages, saunas, you know, IV therapy, whatever it is that's going to help me recover. So there's always work going on. You know, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're putting in the work. You know, working on your body is also work. You know what I'm saying? Working on yourself, on your recovery, your mental state, you know what I mean? All of that is also work. So we keep it moving in this house.
Yeah, man, that's cool, bro. It reminds me of my mom and dad. My dad had a sanitation business in New York for 25 years. My
Oh,
mom
you're
would
right.
answer, my mother would answer the phone. She'd book all the appointments. My dad was out 4 o'clock in the morning on the dump truck, going to the job sites, doing the jobs, dumping the loads. And then sometimes my mom, I remember my dad was sick a couple times, like flu, bit. My mom got in the dump truck and fucking dumping loads at the
Damn,
dump, bro. Come on now.
damn. That's the hard work right there.
Damn, bro.
Hard
You
work
ain't
ethic.
shitting.
Damn.
Yeah, man, that's dope, bro. That's dope. I like hearing that kind of stuff, man. Hard work and family, you know, winning belts, bro. I mean, it's pretty cool, man. It's like the American way, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Gotta put in the work, man. Gotta put in the work.
That's right, my brother. So I'm sure I'm going to see you soon, man. I know there's some events coming up. You got the London trip, so safe travels there. Good luck with
Thank
your
you.
team. And I know there's an August card coming up, but I think that's going to be in New Mexico, I believe.
Oh yeah, they have a card in New Mexico, right? That's August too.
I did. You know what, bro? You know, I'm always going off the dome, but let me see. I know Kid Gotti's fighting July 23rd.
Kid
Did Grant,
Grant, right? Grant. Uh-huh.
him and Reggie Barnett are gonna fight each other for the
Barnett, yes,
belt.
Reggie Barnett. That's Tampa card, right?
Tampa 2. Yep. Fight night Tampa 2.
What date is that? That's July.
July 23rd.
July 23rd. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to flip out to that one. That's
Okay.
in a couple weeks.
I'm
And
most likely to see you over there.
all right, cool, man. Then I'm gonna see you over there, bro.
Yeah. You got it, brother.
All right, champ. Thank you again. Much respect to you. Congratulations, and I will talk
Thank you,
to you
man.
soon.
You too, brother. Thank you. Take care,
Peace, my
man.
brother. You too.
Bye.
Peace. Luis Palomino, the man, the champ, the double champ. Always great talking to Luis. Guys, he's a beast, man. Had a great fight in case you missed it. He had a great fight with Elvin Brito, man. A lot of people, you know, back and forth. Elvin won. Palomino won. So you got to be your own judge and watch the fight. The scorecard went to Luis Palomino. He's now the first ever two-division bare knuckle champion. Pretty fucking cool, I gotta say. Pretty cool. And no matter what animosity those two guys have, I personally like both of those guys. Very, very respectful dudes. Very cool. So that's it. What else I got? I'm gonna be doing more interviews. I think I got Kid Gotti coming up. I got a lot of people coming up. Be on the BYB side too, because August 27th in Doral, they're going to do the Brawl in Doral, and that's going to be all BYB. So I'll be covering that event as well. So we'll definitely be doing interviews with the fighters on that card too. So thank you guys very much. I appreciate you tuning in. 4th of July weekend, so don't get too drunk and don't blow your fingers off with the fireworks. Peace.